Hey, and welcome to the Jessica Paul podcast. I'm your host, Jess Paul, actress, manifestation expert, and mindset coach. And I'm here to share with you all of my secrets on confidence, success, and the magic of manifestation. If you're ready to dive in deep and see more success in your career, more money in your bank account, and more love in your life, with a whole new level of freedom, then you're in the right place. I'm letting loose on everything you need to take back control of your life, up-level your mindset, and tap into your manifestation powers. I'm so excited that you're here. Hello, you gorgeous souls, and welcome back to another episode of the JP podcast. It is I, Jess Paul, your host, your manifestation mentor, your spiritual bestie, and all the great things to help you manifest a life you freaking love. Welcome back. So, you guys, I have been put through the ringer this past few weeks. I don't know. Well, I do. This is what today's episode is going to be about. It's all about dealing with chaos, because there is always chaos that occurs, that starts to happen before an up level. And we need to know how to handle that. And we need to know how to cope with that, because it is a thing that happens every single time. I can tell you, every single time I have had a major up level, either in my career or my life or my finances, there has always been some sort of shit that has happened before it. And how we view that is so, so important. So that's what today's episode is going to be all about. It's about dealing with this chaos before the up level. It's about ridding your excuses, ridding all of these things. It's going to be another love and kick up the ass episode. And it's really about ironing out all of the wobbles so that we can become a safe space, a safe haven for our manifestations to land. But first, we have our sponsor for this week, and I am so excited to bring this back for you guys. This is my Mindset, Miracles, and Money Mastermind. This is 6 whole weeks with me inside a mastermind group to completely transform your money mindset, to call that money in, to become an abundance magnet, to make it happen for yourself. And this is the theme. This is the theme for 2023 again, because I've been working so hard on my money mindset again. Listen, this is part of what this episode is about, because I've seen chaos in my finances recently, and we'll get into that in a minute. But how we view this and how we look at working through this with money is so important, because if you want to call that money in and become that next level abundant version of you, you've got to have a strong mindset around money. And this means you have to go in on every single subconscious block that is keeping you from being that money magnet, that is keeping you from attracting that money to you, because manifesting money isn't just about money. It's not about what we do with our money or the action that we take, even though action is very important in the manifestation process as a whole. But with money, it's about the relationship. It's about the commitment that you have. It's about the frequency that you hold around money. And inside this 6-week mastermind, we go in deep, because for those of you that know, inside my own story, I manifested a hell of a lot of wealth in a very, very short amount of time. And now money is just a normal thing for me. Money coming in for me is completely normal, and it will continue to be, and it will continue to up level. And I went from literally having nothing as an out of work actor. So I know, guys, I know how it feels to have nothing. I know how it feels to be in the shit where you can't even freaking afford to pay your rent each month. When I was living in London, it was awful, right? And I completely transformed the way I think about money, the way I believe around money, and I brought this money to me. And inside this mastermind, I teach you every single one of my secrets from the beginning. So guys, this is for those of you that are potentially entrepreneurs, that are artists, actors like myself, that are creatives, that are influencers, that are anybody on this side of the creative industry, right, that are looking to completely get rid of every single block from the beginning and move up into earning 6 figures, earning 30k months, whatever it is that you want, or even if it is just that you want to heal that relationship with money and create this freedom-based lifestyle. Guys, I'm going off traveling this year, and I can do everything now just from my laptop, because I created a business that was calling in this money for me, but it's not just from my business. This money is coming in from every angle, because I created this freedom-based lifestyle. I created this abundance that comes in, flows daily, right? So if you guys want to completely transform your money mindset, then this is going to be the mastermind for you. And not only is this just centered in around money, guys, inside the mastermind, this round that I've just done, which we have seen incredible results, which is why I can't wait to bring this back. We've gone in deep around so so many more things, not just money, you know, in business, in life, in relationships, in your career, like whatever it is. This is a mastermind based around your abundance, and that means that your abundance needs to flow in every single area. So if you want to call this money in and you want to be in a mastermind group with other women who are so ready to up level, so ready to transform their finances, so ready to cut all of these blocks down when it comes to money and become this magnet, then get yourselves over to the link in my show notes. You'll be able to drop me a message there, because I do actually ask for you guys to drop me a DM before applying for this, because it is a mastermind group, which means we work really, really freaking closely together. Like the ladies in the last round will know, like it's very individual. We go in on each of you and your individual lives and careers and businesses and everything like that, so we can really pull the most out of this. And you're also getting 6-week self-paced course, which has every single one of my secrets. Like I said, from the beginning, every single bit, every single journal prompt, every bit of shadow work, everything around money to completely transform it. This is basically your ultimate money manifesting course with me as your mentor, and I'm so excited to bring it to you. So click the link in my show notes, drop me a DM if you're interested and you want to find out more over on I am Jessica Paul over on Instagram, and I can't wait to see you guys there. So a little life update before we get into today's episode. I have been making all the plans, guys, for LA. It is coming up very, very soon. Like, you guys that have been listening to me and my life updates for a while, you will know I literally got rid of my flat. I got rid of a lot of my possessions, and I just went in deep, like leaped into this idea of moving to LA. And this came through, it was a deep intuitive hit that I had, and I was like, right, I've got to listen to my intuition, even though it's crazy, and even though a lot of people are like, what the hell, Jess, you've got such a nice flat and such a nice area. And I was like, no, I've got to be there. So I've been making all the plans because it's coming up very, very soon. I'm going at the beginning of March, but I've been wobbling at the same time, guys. And this is, again, really what today's episode is going to be about, because whenever we go into this new up level, this new phase of embodiment, this new version of us that wants to call in that success, like we're going to feel the vibrational wobble, because we're literally moving into a new version of us. Like we're literally transforming into a new version of us. And so it's completely normal, and it's what we're going to chat about today. But alongside that, like there's been so many things manifesting. I can't tell you too much yet on the podcast. Like I really want to, but I can't tell you too much yet. But a lot of things to do with my writing. I'm like, as well, guys that don't know, like I'm a screenwriter. I'm writing a sitcom at the moment, which is going to be pretty freaking major. So watch out for that. But there's been big things manifesting in that area. So basically it's all go, go, go and excitement for moving away, but also like dealing with that fear and like holding my hands with that fear and being like, you know what, I'm moving into this brand new version of me, this brand new human, and it's gonna feel scary. And the only thing you can do is hold your hands with it, rather than, you know, trying to fight it or trying to, you know, pretend that you're not scared. Like I've been feeling freaking anxious, and that's okay. Like we're all human. I have these human feelings, guys, right? And it's just how we cope with that, how we deal with that, how we manage that vibe, how we manage our vibe that really matters in becoming this next level version of you. So more updates to follow on that, but very, very exciting things happening. So diving into today's episode then, this is an episode centered around the chaos that ensues, like the chaos that starts happening right before an up level, because this is what tends to happen, guys. Your life will get chaotic before it irons out again, before it moves to like that next stage. And the universe is always listening to the signals you send off, because when you signal that you want an up level, whether that is in your money and your finances, whether it's in your career, whether it's in your love and relationships, whatever it is that you want to step into this new level over, then the universe will listen, right? It listens to your vibration daily, because you don't even have to physically ask. Your vibration is constantly asking for you, right? And I always say, like, the first thing that we have to do in the manifestation process is ask, you know, like ask for what it is that we want. But literally when you're sitting there thinking, I want to make more money, or I want to, move up in my career, or I want to gain a bigger following, or I want to go viral on TikTok, or I want to meet the love of my life. If you're like feeling that feeling of resistance around where you're at right now, you're basically sending off a signal of desire to go, I want more, right? And whenever you send off that signal, the universe picks up on it immediately, like straight away. That is just the law, right? And what happens is the universe then starts conspiring to help you to make that happen. And oftentimes we don't really realize that we've even signaled it. Like we're sitting in like these kind of negative emotions thinking, I wish I was somewhere else, or I wish my life was at a different point. And we don't realize that we've actually shot off a signal of desire. And literally, as soon as the universe picks up on this, it will conspire to make it happen, which means the rug is going to be pulled from under you, guys, right? It will literally be pulled right from under you, and you won't even have chance to understand what's going on, right? Just as an example here, guys, right? For me, at the start of this year, I was like, right, I want an up level in my own finances, in my own money, because I've done really freaking well for myself financially. And like I said, like I've got this whole mastermind course, like this is my deep dive into all things money mindset. And I created a 6-figure business in a very short amount of time, been manifesting this wealth ever since. But then I was like, right, no, I want an up level in this. Like I want to take this further. I want to create even more freedom for myself, and not just myself. I'm thinking of literally like future, like family and stuff like that, whoever I end up settling down with. I'm like, I want to have this wealth in my life, right? And so I was literally journaling out on this at the start of the year thinking, okay, let's go all in with money this year. What am I going to invest in? Where am I going to put my money? Where is it going to flow? Like, all of the things that I already know. And literally, guys, within the space of a couple of weeks, I had the biggest like, again, the rug was pulled from under me, and I had the biggest curveball when it came to my finances. And essentially, my accountant had made a little mistake. Well, it's kind of a big mistake. Again, no hard feelings there. Like, I love my accountant. He does great things for me. But, this mistake had caused a massive knock-on effect for my business and my finances, right? For this tax year. And I was kind of like in this position where I'm now kind of looking at my finances thinking, okay, where is my money going out now? Like kind of looking more intensely at my finances, whereas before I was just like, it's fine, like whatever. And I've had to like be kind of humbled in a way. Like the universe will humble you as well, guys. When you start to ask for more, it will make sure that you know that you have already got a lot and that you should be satisfied with that first. And so it kind of humbled me in a way, and I was like thrown into this place where I've had to rejig my finances and all of that, and everything's fine, but it's the way that I've handled this which is going to be the result of me up leveling in money, okay? A lot of the time, guys, when the rug is pulled from under us, or we've been hit by a curveball in any area of our life, whether it's in your finances or whether it is in your career or your love life, like I say, we can wobble. We can get wobbly as fuck because we're just like, oh my God, why is this happening to me? And that's one of the first thoughts that a lot of people have is just like, why, And really, we've got to control our vibration, and we've got to control our mindset to know that there is always chaos before the up level. This chaos is a normal thing. And when we can view it as a normal thing and actually look at it and go, okay, how can I make the most out of this chaos? What can I learn? Like, what are the biggest lessons I can get from this chaos? And actually look at the chaos as though it's kind of an exciting thing, because you know that the up level is coming through this. There is no coincidence that this thing happened with my business finances and stuff right after I sent that signal off in my journaling about up leveling in money. It's almost like when you ask for something and then you get the complete opposite, and you're sitting there thinking, what the hell? I literally asked for more. Like, why have I got this massive curveball thrown at me now? It's not, I don't even like saying it's a test, because the law of attraction is a law, and you're literally attracting the things to you that you're asking for, right? However, and I'm going to get into this at the end of this episode about why you can't blame yourself when these things happen, because literally the chaos occurs because your reality is shifting. Like there is a shift going on in your reality that means that you can't continue on in this current place. And that means it's almost like an earthquake has happened. And it's like you have to completely destroy, like bulldoze down everything else that was happening in your reality to that point if you really want to upgrade, if you really want to go in on an up level. Like it's never going to be a smooth journey to an up level because you literally have to like bulldoze it all down. And that's going to feel messy and it's going to feel chaotic and it's going to feel a little bit scary. And this is where the fear comes in, right? And it's how we handle this, how we deal with this, how we cope with this, what our mindset is around this and how we react that really says it all. And if we react in a strong way and we know how to move through this with a strong mindset, then the up level happens really freaking quickly. So here's the thing with this, guys, right? Your manifestations, this up level that you've signaled that you want, right? It feels the same way about you as you feel about it. So everything that's happening in your life right now, if there is chaos going on, if there is like this earthquake that's happened and things are being uplifted and you're like, what the hell is happening? You know, why am I why have I got to pay this massive bill? Or, you know, why did that date go so terribly wrong? Right? Like, again, for me the other weekend, like this is in my dating life as well, guys. Like I've already said to you, like I've wanted an up level in that area. And then I literally went into 2023 thinking, great, like let's get back on the scene. And the first date I had was fucking horrendous, right? And it's like, you know, all of those things that are going on in your life right now before this up level that you've signaled, if you're viewing them and you're feeling, you know, unsafe and insecure and, you know, you're wobbling around these things, you're feeling anxious around these things, right? Again, another thing for me is like travel and going off to LA at the moment. I'm 4 weeks away from going away and I'm starting to feel the wobbles come in. I'm starting to feel the anxiety, the social anxiety come in, like creep back in again. Because remember, I'm human, okay? And like I go through these feelings too. But these things, when they come in and you feel unsafe or, you know, insecure or, you know, fearful around these things, your manifestations, the up level that's waiting for you, is feeling the same way about you. So essentially what we've got to create is this safe space, like a safe haven. Like imagine a place for you right now that is just safe, whether it is like your home, your family home, or whether it's like a place you go to when you go out walking or whatever it is, like whether there's a space for you that is just safe and you know that like it feels like a big hug when you go back there, or like if there's a person in your life where you're like, oh, I just know I'm safe around this person. Like I know for me, that's always my mum. Like my mum is my biggest rock. She's my spiritual bestie. She is there for me, right? And I always know that I feel safe with her. Those people or those places where you feel safe, you've got to imagine that's how your manifestations want to feel about you. But if you're up there getting all like, you know, fearful around this chaos and letting the chaos wobble you and feeling anxious around these things that are happening, then your manifestations are going to look at you and go, oh my God, I don't want to be around her because she's making me feel unsafe. Like she's not secure, she's not grounded, she's not got a solid foundation, so I don't want to be around her. That's exactly what your manifestations feel about you. And I say this so much when it comes to money. Like when people get so fearful around money and they have all these shitty beliefs around money and, you know, these blocks that are holding them back, thinking that money is the problem or, you know, it's somebody else's fault, then money doesn't want to be around that energy. It's the frequency you're giving off. The frequency you're giving off is fear, anxiety, lack of safety, right? Feeling unsafe. Your manifestations aren't attracted to that. So like the main thing that we've got to do when it comes to this chaos that starts happening right before your up level is to handle it with care and groundedness and a sense of safety. Creating that safe space, right? And honestly, guys, the way we've got to do this is we've got to hold our hands with this fear. We've got to stop fighting it. We've got to stop, you know, like trying to push away from it or like hide ourselves from it. And we've just got to go, this is a standard thing that happens in my life before I am about to upgrade. I have to just accept the chaos and move with it. rather than trying to understand why it's happening to you, trying to blame other people for these things happening to you. I could have easily, guys, when this thing happened with my finances a few weeks ago, I could have easily turned around to my accountant and been like, this is all your fault, why have you done this, etc., etc. I'm not in a space of victimhood, and neither should you be, right? Because if you're a victim, you're just going to attract more things that make you feel like a victim, okay? We have no time for being a victim. We need to stop using all of these excuses and just know that this is a standard practice of your up level. And you're going to face it every single damn time. Every single time you ask for more in your life, you've got to accept that the whole of your current reality comes crumbling down. And it really will feel like that. Like, however big you're aiming for, like I've signaled that I want like a big up level. So therefore the chaos seems a bit bigger right now. It seems a bit like, oh, wow, okay, this is new. And that's how you got to really look at it. You've got to kind of see it through the lens of excitement rather than through the lens of fear, and go, okay, well, I'm actually really excited by all this chaos happening around me, by all these things that are going wrong in inverted commas, because this just means that I'm getting closer to my up level. I have to let everything else crumble down. I have to let all of these outdated beliefs, all of these outdated ways of thinking, outdated patterns, all of the current things that are making me feel comfortable. Like, I have to get rid of all of these things if I want to move into that space. So creating that safe environment is just basically you accepting the chaos that's happening, and also accepting the new belief system, accepting the new way of thinking, accepting the new embodiment, right? Accepting this new version of you. When you can accept that, that's when your manifestations, your money, your career success, the new relationship, that's when they're going to look at you and be like, damn, I want to be around this girl because she's creating such a safe space. Like, her foundation is so solid right now that I want to be near her. And the thing is with this safe space, guys, is that it requires new levels of trust. And I've spoken about this before, how every new up level requires new levels of trust. But you really have to understand here that trusting the universe, trusting the plan, trusting yourself is a goddamn choice, right? It's not something that, so many people ask me, Jess, how can I trust more? How can I trust the universe more? And like, honestly, it's something you either do or you don't do, right? You get to decide if you trust it. You get to decide how easily you move through this chaos and how trusting you are with the chaos. Because I know for now, like, my immediate reaction now, whenever like these things happen before an up level, is that it's like, well, duh, okay, this is just the standard practice and I'm trusting it. Like, I trust every single day in my life that the universe has got my back, and that these things are coming to me, and that I am the creator of my own reality. Like, I decide that every day. And the minute that I start asking why me, or, start being this victim, I pull myself up on that. And I'm pulling myself up on that daily, but especially in the times of chaos, okay? So you get to decide. Trust is a choice. And the final thing I want to say here is to stop blaming yourself, right? When these things happen, and again, you can either ask why me and place the blame somewhere, or you can turn to yourself and start blaming yourself and thinking, oh my God, have I manifested this? This is what I hear so many of my clients and my students ask me. They're like, oh my God, have I done something wrong? No, I'm going to tell you outright now, guys, you haven't done anything wrong. Yes, the law of attraction is a law, and you're attracting what you're asking. However, as I said earlier on in this episode, your life will crumble. And, it's funny because, again, one of the most memorable experiences of this for me, where I decided I was going to up level, and it was in such a huge way, was was it 3 or 4 years ago now, when my ex-partner left me, and I literally had signaled, I just want to feel better. I just want to have a better life. This is what I was signaling. And then the universe rips this guy from me, rips this relationship, rips this love of my life from me. And I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't ask for that. And then I can start blaming you can start blaming yourself for those things, thinking, did I do something wrong? And I kind of touched upon this in last episode as well. But you've got to know that when you signal for these things and you ask for this up level, sometimes the universe is going to conspire to help you, and it's not going to be in the way that you think it is, right? It's all still there for this greater plan, and it's all still there for this next level version of you, but it's not always how you think it's going to go. And again, this is where trust comes in. And just knowing that you haven't manifested bad things to you. Like, you can't think bad things and then manifest bad things when you have desired an up level, because you're desiring an up level. You know what I mean? Like, you're not asking for bad things in your life. The universe is just conspiring to help you, and this is how sometimes it manifests, and that's okay, because remember, it's how you deal with it, how you react to it, the mindset you have around it that is going to be the deciding factor in how easily this flows to you. So if you're going through any chaotic energy right now, if your life is feeling like that and you have signaled for something more, then ask yourself, how can I be creating a safe space for my manifestations to land? How can I be accepting the chaos and moving into this new mindset and this new embodiment of this next level version of me? How can I be this safe environment that my manifestations can't wait to be around, right? These are the things I want to ask you. That's your little bit of homework for you there, to go off and journal around and make sure that you are moving through this chaos with acceptance, with a sense of groundedness, and knowing that you're goddamn in control, always. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you have, please do take a screenshot, tag me over on Instagram. I love to see who's listening in. I love to see who it's resonated with. And if you guys want to get in on this 6-week mastermind with me as your mentor, going in on your money mindset, completely transforming your blocks around money so that you're calling it in for 2023, then get yourselves inside the Mindset, Miracles, and Money Mastermind. The link is in my show notes. You can drop me a DM if you want to get involved, and I'll chat to you all next week. Lots of love, guys. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend who you think would love it too. And if you want to let me know how you found it, just screenshot this episode, add it to your Instagram story, and tag me at I am Jessica Paul so that I can throw all the love right back at you. And of course, subscribe, hit those 5 stars, and leave a review to show your support and to keep the good stuff coming. Sending you so much love and gratitude from your girl Jess.